inspired me as one of the best high school athletes in the country.
Oh, Nick man, Axel, Nick man.
It's about tapping in and going to see real life problems and dealing with real life things that's happening to real life people. And I just feel like Sebastian Telfair is just a prime example of how you can have it all and lose it all. Yeah. Y'all already know this is Frederick the Mayor. I come with different layers and I never forget to say my prayers, and I hope you don't either. Sebastian Telfair been going through mad stuff. And I want to talk about more about how he inspired me as one of the best high school athletes in the country. I mean, the boy beat Dwight Howard with an undersized high school team. He was legendary. He had Derek Jeter, Jay-Z at his games, turned up, had his own movie Through the Fire. And as I watched the highlights, I'll start remembering that time. So I sat here and I wrote Sebastian Telfair a letter. I'm gonna stop this reaction to read a letter I wrote to Sebastian Telfair. It's just something I felt like I needed to do. Yo, Bassie. Yeah, I'm gonna call you Bassie. That's what they call you in Coney Island. I played in ski days, so I feel like I could say that. But I want to start off by saying you inspired me and a whole generation. I can't lie. I probably would have went to jail a lot sooner if it wasn't for you. I made it to high school and all the way through college, 'cause I wanted to be just like you, an undersized guard, coming out of New York City, making it straight from high school. I think you the only one of your kind. Nobody ever did it like you, Bassie. I gotta let you know that. You don't know me, but I grew up watching you and Quincy Doobie kill in Coney Island. My whole childhood. I even played in ski day one year. You see, my cousins Laik and Raiz lived on a 23rd. So you know I used to be over there summers, every summer. And my mom used to want to put me on punishment. All she did was make me worse by sending me to Brooklyn. I see why you the way you are. The environment is the environment, but there's a lot of love out there. You were around it. You was like an NBA player by how people was acting. By the time you was in 11th grade, yeah, it was over by then. I'm gonna say this before I get too deep. You inspired the Kimbers, the Corey Fishers, the Lance Stevensons, and the list goes on. You're part of the reason I'm where I'm at. The BK Bros and BK, I jack Coney Island all day with them, especially when I was up north. So many of us watch you on the court. You was always smiling, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It's probably because how you was cooking dudes. But even when we was on the sidelines, I can remember that, bro. You was always smiling, always had the big smile. But watching your documentary, man, I seen that smile too many times turn into a frown. And I ain't gonna hold you, that saddened me. Because I don't know you for that. I only been around you like twice in my life, probably three times. Cause I'm from Harlem. So technically me writing this letter is a little pause anyway. But I want you to see how much impact you had. I literally will watch you. Any game you played in, like, I mean, I would go to the videos, whatever game I could catch you live. It didn't even matter. You were like Kobe or something in New York City. When you underperformed, I gave you excuses when you was in the league. I don't care. Even up until your ninth year, I swear to God, you was gonna have another breakout year. But I ain't gonna lie, you was a solid player. The NBA, it just was changing while you was in the league. You got caught in the transition, if you ask me. But it is what it is. See how it is now. You can't even make the league unless you gonna just jack up 53s a game. Man, I remember when I cut school to go to the Quite Frankly show. Yeah, he was on the Quite Frankly show with Stephen A. Smith. It was on like 34th Street or something like that. I ain't bugging. I was there. You was the next prodigy. You was the one. I think you even had the coochie cut like Steph at one point. Yeah, that was cool too. I ain't gonna lie. But man, Bassie, you don't even know what you meant to the people. I went to Norman Thomas High School. I was an undersized guard myself. And for a long time, I believe I could make the league just because you did. And for that, I made it through high school. I even made it to college because I wanted to be like you. All in all, I wrote this letter because you deserve to know you didn't just come here and you didn't just leave. You lifted a generation. More kids would have been dead or doing life in prison. I know at least 100 of us that played. All of us was watching you. Not even LeBron or Carmelo at the time. Honestly, I got on to LeBron and Carmelo Anthony because I was watching you. And that's a fact. And I've been a Carmelo Anthony fan ever since. I'm still a LeBron fan too, but Carmelo is my favorite player to be honest with you. But don't forget the lessons, man. And this is really what through the fire looks like. You just really went through the fire. And I know you just came home, man. And I don't even know if this letter gonna ever reach you. But I just wanna let you know, man, you meant a lot to a whole bunch of people. And I know you gonna put in that work. I don't know what you got in store, but you got some beautiful babies. I know you're gonna do it for them. I was just working out. A couple push-ups, nothing crazy. But when I was ready to quit, I heard a voice in my ear. It said, "There's no such thing as tired." I remember when your brother used to tell you that during your workouts. Yeah, I'm about to go back to my push-ups. I just didn't want to leave this part out. You see, Bassie, you're more important than you could possibly imagine. And I'm still in the projects, never left. But I'm getting out of here. But that fire, that spark, that time in my life, rest in peace, Coach Calloway. Big Dre, he's the one who had me watching you live. You was playing at IS8 that day. I'll never forget it. I think you had like 37. I don't want to make this the longest letter in the world. I just want to help give you some of that energy you inspired me the same way you did for me and a whole nother generation. We might have the same problem. We love the hood too much. We can always come back, but we can do more for them away. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of dedication and focus to be great. And you know this all too well. Come on, Bassie, and show us what we know. We know who you are. Now show us who you are. What happens when you from the hood and you don't really leave the hood? Basically, like when you want to carry your friends and you want to take everybody with you, but everybody don't really have the skills and everybody's not really built for the moment. People don't know how to produce money. And a lot of these athletes don't know how to produce money. Having and being in the NBA is a job. It's a very, very high paying job. You get paid to entertain. That's not you doing actual business. So on the other side of things, on the business you side got of all these people around you. People got to eat every day. People want clothes. People want to do this, do that, and the third. And he even came out and said it that, his wife took a lot of his money in the divorce. But we got to be responsible. Sebastian Telfair, though, he is definitely an inspiration to an entire generation. I don't think we would have the Kimber Walkers. I don't think we would have even like he ain't make the league, but like the Corey Fishers. Like some dudes that was just miraculous to see if you grew up playing New York City basketball. I mean, even Devin Ebanks, like you gotta understand, Sebastian had a major influence. Lance Stevenson, I'm quite sure he had a heavy influence on Lance just being around Coney Island and the culture it had over there. And I ain't gonna lie, I used to spend a lot of time in Coney Island. Every time I got in punishment, my moms would send me to Coney Island because my cousins was bugged out there. So I used to go out in Coney Island. I never played in Bro Day, but I definitely played in Ski Day 2 years. And I never forget how that is. Coney Island can be rough and dangerous, but it's a different type of family vibe in Coney Island too. If they with you, they with you, man. So I really grew up like with a close lit, like knit relationship with Sebastian's presence. Like I didn't know him personally, but I used to go to the games and they used to just be crazy. Like if you ever seen them games in Coney Island, I don't remember the park. My cousins used to take me over there. But if you ever seen like Sebastian play live in Coney Island or even at Rucker Park, I mean, he never ceased to amaze you. And I remember his brother used to say this line, there's no such thing as tired. There's no such thing as tired. And I took that with me through my whole little basketball career. I ain't make it past junior college, but I ain't gonna lie. In high school, with Sebastian's inspiration, I think he's one of the major reasons why I made it through high school. Because I be honest with you, when I went to college, as soon as I got hurt and I couldn't play basketball anymore, I kind of just quit going to school because it was like basketball is over, so school is over. Because I was so inspired by Sebastian that I just wanted to be able to do the things he could do. And this is relative to our community because the urban community, too many times we see us go up and we see us come down. What I want to know is how to prevent these things from happening to our next generation. So please make sure that stay with me for this one. This is gonna be major. This kid don't make sense. Got a dance right there too. Yeah, I might have to fix the audio call me live. Nah, but he was really one of them, man.
Oh, Nick man. Nick man, Axel. Nick man.
They couldn't stop it. Look at this. My body, my
Sebastian Telfair is in the building. This is the matchup. Bring it back to
Put it where it should be, inside tacos and burritos, obviously. Crispy chicken from Taco Bell, brand new classic.
Oh my God! I missed it.
No, nasty. It was nasty. Yeah, this kid was so dominant. It just absolutely didn't make any sense. Like we could go to more games and highlights. Um, you see there with the McDonald's All American game with Dwight Howard. Like he beat Dwight Howard in high school too. Look, yeah, man, I can't say it enough about the kid. The kid is like he really had it, but this is one of them stories where you gotta be like, yo, how do you like where did it go wrong? You ask yourself this, but I'm telling you, it'd be a lot of trauma, it'd be a lot of heartache and pain, and it'd be a lot of having the people around you that either don't know what's best for you or can't even do nothing for you, period, man. Let's just call it what it is. People who be around you just to pull you down and break you down. And it seems like from what I know about Sebastian, he could be a very emotional person. And I'm talking about way before even on the basketball court, he get emotional. And when you're dealing with emotional people like that, it's easy to take them out their way. And I think a lot of his people, he didn't have the right people around him to guard some of that stuff that he could have probably been, combating, as far as, it's just, it's crazy, I'm not gonna lie. It really it's really heartbreaking to me personally because I'm just such a admirer. I don't want to call myself a fan. I'm an admirer of the body of work that Sebastian actually did. You know what I mean? Like we don't really care to dabble in the things that can't help us. So if you ain't really trying to build your own community up, I don't care if you're white, Indian, Mexican, Jamaican, all that funny, weird mixture stuff that happens in America, it really doesn't matter. It's about tapping in and going to see real life problems and dealing with real life things that's happening to real life people. And I just feel like Sebastian Telfair is just a prime example of how you can have it all and lose it all, and not just lose it all, but are we as his community going to encourage him and want him to do what he got to do? Because it's easy to say, oh, Bassy a clown, he's a failure, he did this and that, and he deserved to be where he's at. But that's only comes from people that didn't get nothing from you, didn't get nothing from your journey, didn't like, because a lot of people in this world, they're gonna live their whole life without helping no one. There's nothing they could do in this world that can inspire no one. There's nothing they can do in this world that can help no one. That wasn't Sebastian Telfair's story. You know what I mean? And we gotta let that be known, and we gotta put that out there. So if you're a creator and you from basically the hood like I am, tap in with me, man, because they don't think we can make it out. You know what I'm saying? They don't think we could do certain stuff. Like I'm the guy that says, I could do anything. You know what I mean?